Welcome to this quick overview of the free GreyScale texture pack. It's a pack of 25 GreyScale images that can be used in any 3D application, but it comes with presets for Element 3D and Cinema 4D. GreyScale images are powerful in 3D applications. They can be used in just about any texture slot, Diffuse, Specular, Glossiness, Roughness, and Bump. And they can be used to add subtle details to your objects that help them to react better to the 3D environment, to react to lights, to give them a subtle realness, a more textural feel and look. And so this pack is designed to just be there for quick access, so you can add subtle details to your designs without having to worry too much about preparation work for these types of textures. So let's just have a look at these in Element. So I've set up a sphere here. Notice the reflection on this side, a direct light on this side, and it will help to just show up the textures. Alright, so once you've installed the pack, you'll find it here in your material browser. There's 25 of them. It'll just take a moment to load. So straight away you have the surface of your material changed. There is a diffuse, glossiness, reflection that helps with that, and bump. And there's 25 of these textures. Now you can use these textures as a starting point. They're designed in Element and Cinema 4D so that you can choose whatever color you want. The idea behind these is to add subtle details, not to provide a diffuse color map. You're in control of the color, your color scheme, your color palette, and once you've created your design, the idea is to be able to dig into this pack and pull out whatever GreyScale images you want to add subtlety in whatever channel you want. And they're all really just subtly different textures, GreyScale images that are just going to add that little bit of realism to whatever design that you have. So I encourage you to download the pack and dig into all of these presets and have a bit of a look. The textures are 2K, 2048 by 2048, tillable, 16-bit PNGs. So as mentioned before, you can use these as a starting point for creating whatever look you want. But ideally, the way it's meant to be used, if we go back to our scene materials, let's just say that you've created a design. So let's jump into our Design 2 pack, beams. Let's just use this for example. So you've created this design. You're happy with the colors. You don't want to change the colors. But when the surface is perfect, there's nothing really there except for the reflection. There's nothing really there for the eye to hook onto. There's no interest there. And it looks 3D. It looks simulated. In the real world, nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfectly sharp. Nothing is perfectly reflective. Nothing is perfectly clear. So it helps to be able to add subtle imperfections just to inform the eye, add detail and interest. So we don't want to change the color. We're happy with everything that we've done. Let's say we want to use this texture here. to add some streaks, weathering. All you need to do is right click, copy, go back to the texture that we want to affect, paste. And notice now we haven't changed the color, but we've just added a little bit of interest to our scene that tells us that this object has had some history, has seen some life, has been grubbied up a little bit. And that's reflection, but it has to do with, if I can just find, there we go. This is the specular coming from the light in the scene, not the reflection. And the map is controlling how the light is being reflected back. Of course, you can increase and decrease as you see fit. But it's just to add those subtle details to give this object a little bit more realism. Now, in most cases, controlling the specularity, the glossiness and the reflection or the roughness goes a long way and may be the only thing that you need to touch on your model just to give it some visual interest. But another variable that's really important is also the bump. The bump is actually going to warp the reflection. It's going to warp the way the light is reflected. And it's going to add to the realism of the object again, just another level. And I've got these settings really low, that's 4%. And even that's too much. 2%. Now, in most cases, you're going to want to keep the same texture in different texture slots so that there's some sort of coordination and harmony with the way it looks, but you're not restricted to that. You can choose different maps and experiment and see what works for you. Okay, so that's the idea behind the texture pack. Really simple, but really powerful. I'm sure most of you are aware of this, but if you're new to 3D, this is a really important aspect of texturing. So the link to this pack will be in the description. Download it, it's free, and keep it there for easy access. I hope it helps with your future projects. My name is Martin Staley. Thanks for watching.